Leadership. Lessons you can learn in 5 minutes. Consider this for a moment. Every number you track at work, every metric, every report, every dashboard is a stand-in, not the real thing. Every number is only a representation of some real thing. That is not a flaw in your system or a failure of whoever designed it. It is simply the nature of trying to represent a complex human world in a spreadsheet or on a graph. The question is not whether your measurements are perfect. They are not. None of them are. The question is whether they are pointing you toward what actually matters or quietly drawing you away from it. Dr. Donald Berwick, co-founder of the Institute for Healthcare Improvement, put it plainly: no measurement has ever been about what we really care about. Read that again. Not some measurements. No measurement. That's not cynicism. That's precision. And it comes with a warning. When leaders forget that their numbers are proxies, they start managing the number instead of the work behind it. The report looks fine. The reality underneath it may not be. The gap between what we measure and what we genuinely care about is always there. Our job is to know that the gap exists and to keep our eyes on both sides of it. Let's make this concrete, because the gap shows up everywhere. We measure response time. What we actually care about is whether the people we serve feel like they matter, and that getting help was easy. We count outputs, units completed, cases closed, services delivered. What we actually care about is whether any of it made a real difference. Did we help somebody? We track retention. What we actually care about is whether people are growing, contributing, and choosing to stay because the work is worth it. We flag cost overruns. What we actually care about is being responsible stewards of the resources entrusted to us. We report on-time performance. What we actually care about is being an organization people can genuinely count on. Same data, but conversations that are very different. This is where metric decay sets in. When we forget that our numbers are only proxies, we trigger an evolutionary cycle where the measure becomes the target and quietly drifts away from the mission. You have likely felt this data fatigue, the low-grade exhaustion of hitting numerical targets while the real thing, like genuine learning or patient health, is hollowed out or omitted. This is Goodhart's law in action. When a measure becomes the primary target, it ceases to be a good measure. Deming's system of profound knowledge offers a way through, teaching that a system cannot understand itself from the inside. It requires an outside view to detect its own errors of omission. From the outside, you start noticing the hidden variables, the factors shaping your numbers that have nothing to do with your internal processes. Think about this. Ice cream sales and drowning incidents both spike at the same time of year, but both share a common cause: hot weather. Numbers tell you something happened, they rarely tell you why. Before your next team conversation, try this. Pick one metric you look at every single day and ask yourself, what is this actually a proxy for, and how far is that number from the thing I genuinely care about? That question, simple as it sounds, is where better management begins. If this way of thinking about your work resonates with you, we'd love to have you explore more at the Institute for Quality and Innovation. There's a whole community of people asking exactly these kinds of questions. Come find us. See you next time.